Alright boys, in this video I'll show you exactly why Skool fitness coaches are making no money from their community. And we'll use the aesthetic physique. It's actually a friend of mine's community, so we'll use it as an example. So a lot of Skool communities, they have about 30 members, 50 members, 100 members, and they're not making any money from it whatsoever. No consistent money coming out from it, and the reason isn't what a lot of people actually think. And what I do is, by the way, my job is to basically make sure people show up to their calls. I specialize in appointment setting and short management. Over 400 plus people showed up to their calls in the past 2 months. And every coach I meet has the same exact gap. So members are coming in, but nobody's actually booking calls. Now, the main reason is nobody knows you have an offer or you're actually selling anything to begin with. There's no CTA in your about section. CTA just means call to action. There's no pin posts or intros. Actually, some people have pin posts, but it's more so just things that they should do. Interest only becomes money when you tell them the next step, which is very, very important. So the fix is pin your offer, auto welcome every member, and reach out directly. Now, auto welcome doesn't mean automate it, because unless you're getting in, let's just say 50 to 100 new members every single day, at that point, maybe you can automate it. But until that point, you need to make sure every single person is welcomed personally. Like, you want to go through the questions that you're asking them, make sure you include their name and tailor your message to that. Let's just go on Joseph's pin post. So he's got a few things that you should be doing. Make an intro post, aesthetic protocol, make a daily post, stuff like that. So there's no clear CTA. Like, he's got things which you should be doing. So technically he does have a CTA, but he does not have a link to book a call with him for any kind of call, any kind of booking. Like, if you were to read this, you need to know that he's selling something. Like, he has an offer, like he can help you out with some kind of coaching. So the fix is to pin an offer, auto welcome every member, reach out directly, which is important. To be fair, even I said before that if you have 50 to 100 members, maybe you can automate it. But even at that point, I think it would make sense if you were to block out a time in your day so you can reach out to everybody directly, or maybe even hire a setter. Your welcome DM, which you're sending as well, which is very important, it's doing nothing. It's doing nothing at all. Because if, say I joined his community and he DM me with, hello, welcome, let me know if you have any questions, it's a slap in the face, to be honest. It never starts a conversation, or it never qualifies anybody. The fix is you want to get them to say something. You want to get them talking. So if you're like, hey, Joseph, working with a coach here, or figuring it out solely, not word for word, but something which piques their interest, something which gets the conversation going, because you want to warm them up to eventually ask them for a call. The next thing is there's no follow-up. So say you do send a DM. Most coaches send one DM and they basically move on, and most people, they don't reply first time. Like, I was watching this course or video, I can't remember who it was, but he said most people, they reply after like the third or fourth or fifth message. So a lot of people, they're actually busy, so they join your Skool, and a lot of people have automated DMs on, so they don't really check their DMs. But if they see that little number on Skool, so it'll say like your name, and then it'll say like 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. So that tells them how many DMs you've sent them. And if they say, you know what, this person's DM me like 4, 5, 6 times, let me open the message at least. And if you're giving them value, which we'll come on to in a second, actually is here, you want to give them value every time. I wouldn't even say final nudge, but you want to DM them at least like 3 or 4 or 5 times. Coaches go from 0 to 6 to 8 booked calls a day just by following up, and that's 100% true. Because if you're sending someone one message and they're quite active on Skool, let's just say they're joining 3 or 4 or 5 communities every single day, your DM drops to the bottom of their list. And let's just say they're talking with people on a day-to-day basis, people that they're networking with, your DM quickly falls to the bottom of the pile, and you're just another voice within the crowd. And you also have no show-up process. So let's just say by some miracle, people book a call. What happens is you just wait for them. You wait for the call. And the thing is, a lot of people, they have bookings on for like a week, 2 weeks in advance. I think the default thing on Calendly is 60 days. So if someone books a call next week, let's just say for argument's sake, and you just wait for the call, you don't do anything, you don't confirm them, you don't send any reminders, stuff like that, that person will most likely not show up to the call. So cold calls with no warm-up show up at just 30 to 40%, which is okay, I guess. But if you can confirm your booking 24 hours plus 2 hours, just send them a reminder, something simple. You can automate this very easily. Like you could just say something simply like, hello Joseph, your discovery call with Ismail is at 9 p.m. and then 2 hours before at 7 p.m. they get another reminder. Exact same reminder, nothing crazy. The show rate jumps from 40% to 70 to 80%. Now this is a huge difference. You're basically doubling your show rate. And even if your closing is good, or let's just say your closing is horrible, you're probably closing maybe one person at 40%. Let's just say even that's conservative, but let's just say 80%. So you get 10 people you get booked on. 7 or 8 people are showing up. And if you're booking, let's just say you're closing like 1 or 2 people, then that's like 4k if you've got some kind of high ticket offer. I'm just assuming your offer is £2,000 or whatever it might be. You're making 4k that month, which is a massive difference, because if you're working 9 to 5, stuff like that, and actually an extra 2 to 4k in your pocket is a massive difference. Now it's not your content, it's what happens after your content. So your funnel should be your welcome DM. Within that, you kind of talk to them, stuff like that, you follow up, and let's just say they do reply, you end up talking to them, you diagnose their problem, you keep them warm, they like you, you get them booked on. After the booked on, there's another process here where you basically make sure they show up, and then after that point you basically close them on your call, on your offer. Now right now most coaches have none of it. They don't have anything. They have a DM, fair enough, they have DM, but it's not personalized. They don't follow up. Because they don't follow up, the leads, the people that they're talking to, they're gone cold, and basically it finishes here. There's no booking and there's no show up. Now if you fix your follow-up, even if, to be fair, it starts completely from the beginning, your welcome DM needs to be good. After that point, you need to follow up, you get a conversation going. Most coaches have none of this. They have a bog standard DM, which is horrible, and that's it. That's the end of the lead. They don't really get them activated. They're not active in the DMs, in the community. So when they join at the beginning, that's when you onboard them to an extent. And the attention is there, the interest is there, the gap is the process. That's the highest ROI thing you can basically sort out right now. Now, the thing that I would do, I would build this out for your community. So I have this thing down below. It's basically an audit. It audits your Skool community. It'll take like 60 seconds. It's a bunch of questions. If you click on that, it'll basically tell you your biggest bottleneck in your business. And it basically shows you exactly where you're leaking calls and naturally where you're leaking cash as well. So yeah, I hope you boys enjoyed this video. Click on the first link in the description and get your audit done.